Okay, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, so shall we start? I think Kansa is here. I would like to discuss, this is the workshop time, but Joy said she has some problem, so she will present it on Friday. Pancha, do you want to present today?
Sir, I can present today, but it's a bit rough. There's a bug that that I haven't solved yet.
Okay.
But I can present today. I already have a PPT as well.
Okay, so then you can present first.
Shall we wait, Michelle, or?
Oh, you want to? Okay, then I take. How long you will present? Maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes?
Maybe 10 minutes is okay. Probably,
Okay,
sir.
okay. Then let's start with the class first. In that case, what I want to discuss. So I want to discuss three things actually. Okay, before I forget, I will write it down. So first is analysis of algorithm. Okay. Second is the PyAuto GUI. And third is about the file handling. So apparently there is some problem with some of you have problem and reported, I don't know who, and then one of the teachers suggested me to add some material about file handling. So, okay, can you check in Moodle? I put there the material about file handling. Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is a practice. Okay. So I did not show the output here. So this is just practice file. Okay, let's do a little bit practice here about file handling. So there are many file type actually, right? So here I will just discuss about three things. One is the text file, CSV file, and then JSON. Okay. And of course, with connection to pandas. So first thing, a file usually have three things in common, right? The file name, the extension, and the path. Okay. So the file name can be alphanumerical character. Okay. And usually must start with the string character, not numbers, but I don't know. Some are, in the old days, the total character in the file name usually only 8, but now you can have almost unlimited alphanumerical character in the file name. File extension represent the file type. For example, docx is Microsoft Word, like MP3 is for music, MP4 is for movie, txt is for text file. Okay, so .json is for JSON file, .csv of course for a comma delimited text file, and so on. Then we have what is called text file path. File path represent the drive and the folder where the file is located. So what is actually file? File is basically persistent memory, right? So the one that you use in the program are stored in the temporary memory. Okay. Temporary memory usually very fast to handle, but when you want to put it into persistent matter, for example, the program already closed, you can still store this data, okay, using what is called file. Basically, in the hardware, there are some magnetic field that it's stored there. Okay, so one of the module that is very useful to handle file is called OS, operating system. Okay, Python has a standard module OS. It is very useful to handle file and path. Okay, let's try that. Can you open your Anaconda, Jupyter, right? So let's open a new notebook, and then we will try this. So first thing first, okay, to use OS, of course, what you need to do, you need to import, right? Okay. And then now if you want to get the path of your folder, okay, what is the current folder here? Then you use get cwd, os.get cwd. Of course, mine will be different from you. And then you want to change, say, in your desktop, you want to change directory in your desktop. So here I will put Cardi because the user is Cardi. And oh, what happened? Oh, sorry. Users. Cardi. Yeah. Okay. Then you can also change to the actual path in here. Say I want to create a path somewhere else. Okay, you can change the path to, for example, my path is something like this. Okay, so change it to Cardi, document, Python path. So check if this path exists first or not. Huh?
Mine faces an error, sir.
Oh, what is the error?
Wait,
Okay.
I don't know on this one on
Okay, you share
desktop.
your.
Okay, wait. This one.
Oh, okay. So can you open your Windows Explorer?
Okay, wait. I'll share my whole screen.
Mhm.
Windows Explorer.
There, the yellow one. At the taskbar, yes, that one. Okay, so you go to desktop, click the desktop. And then you go to this bar here. You click this,
Oh,
the address, as text. Okay, and then go
then I go here.
yes, go to your Jupyter. There. Okay, so not yet. So you need to add one more slash for each.
Why, sir? Like why?
Okay, I will tell you why. So right. So it worked, right?
Yeah.
So why? Because Python does not recognize slice. So you need to add slash and backslash slice. Okay, that represent the double slash is slash. So if you don't want that, so you can put R. So you can try it R in the beginning. I will show you example.
Okay.
Here, can you see my screen?
Not yet, sir.
So if you want to copy and paste directly, so put it like this. This is the one that copy and paste. Can you see it?
Oh, yeah.
And then you put R in the R mean row.
Hmm.
Okay. And then you can change that. Okay. Stop sharing. Show your screen.
Do we put the R before or
Before.
here?
Correct.
Oh, wait. Oh, yeah.
Okay. It works, right?
Yeah.
What maybe Eileen, Pancha?
Sir, mine has a problem too.
Okay, sure.
Okay. So, um,
I think the sharing, not yet.
um, this one.
So is system, okay. So again, you go to your Explorer. Where do you want to put? Here in desktop or in somewhere else?
Here.
Okay, then you go this, you check the actual address here. You click this. Right click or click on the end, at the end. At the end. Okay. Copy address as text. Okay, go back to your, okay, then copy and paste. This one.
In here.
Yes, you change that. Good. Is it desktop, the address?
Yes.
Really? Usually desktop have a copy text as address. And the address is only desktop. Usually see user something like this.
Yes, it's only text.
Only desktop. Or
Yes.
address, copy address. Try.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if only desktop will not work. I think you need to put C users.
Like this one.
Like this. Users ASUS desktop. Okay, let's try it. Does it work?
Oh, yeah.
Right. So this is your real address, okay? Not only desktop. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So Aline, Mancha, you have problem?
No, it works, sir.
It works, huh? Yeah. Very good. So
Mine as well.
okay, that's good. Okay. full screen. So let's try. Okay. Next. So next, let's do the text file. Okay. So of course you can do much more than this in OS. You can learn by yourself. Okay. So this is like the beginning. But first, let's do the read and write text file. Okay. Say you want to have a data, something like this. Can you see my screen? Not yet. Screen. Share. So say you have a data, say hello world, /n test ABC, /n 1, 2, 3. So /n mean enter, got it? Okay. And then say your file name is text1.txt. So to create a text file, you just create a pointer. So file pointer fp equal open the file name, and then W here mean write. And then this is the command to start writing. Okay, so this is, let's copy and paste this. And I will open a new one. Okay, so when you run it, it doesn't see anything, right? But let me get where do I put this file? So it's in desktop. So I'll go to my desktop. Okay. So there. Can you see in my desktop, I have a file, my txt1. Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the same thing with you. You can surely make your own. Okay. First, you need to know where it will be saved, right? So to know that, you use os.getCwd, okay? And then you write the text file. Of course, the data you can type anything, and then the file name again, you can also type anything. Okay, can you try that, and then does it work? Give me feedback so that I will know.
Oh yes, it works. It works. So it
Okay.
makes
A
the
file.
txt file on my directory. Yeah.
Okay, okay. How about you, Joy, Livy, Eileen?
Yeah, this one works just fine, sir.
No problem, yeah?
No
Okay.
problem.
Okay, great. So if you look at this, okay, the actual code is actually this one. First, you open the file. That means you tell Python that you want to access certain memory, okay, in that folder, okay? And that access is access to write. That's why you have W here. And then this is the actual command, okay, in line 5 here. This is the actual command that write the data, okay? So, and then you need to close it. Otherwise, your file will not be able to be accessed outside because it's still locked, okay? Now, we can simplify this, okay, make it shorter. Okay. So if you want to know is the file exists or not, so you can use this command. Okay. So it's my here. So you check OS path is file name. So if it's a true, meaning yes, there is file of that name. in that folder, right? Next, to make it shorter way, okay, you can use width. So okay, this is a shorter way to write. So you can say width open the file name, right? And then W is exactly the same as FP. This is FP is the file pointer. And then you can write FP write data, exactly the same, right? But the difference is you don't need to close. When you have width here, when the width is n by itself, right? So automatically close. So a little bit shorter. Okay. Instead of 3 line, now you have 2 line. And this is the format that we will use. Okay. So can you try? Okay. It works, right?
Sir, why mine says false?
False.
Yes.
That mean if it's false, that means it's not there. You probably put it in different folder. Can you check using os.getcwd?
Mm-hmm.
So what is the folder?
The folder is users ASUS desktop, the same with the previous one.
Okay. And then, okay, can you go to your desktop? Can you check if the file there?
No.
No. Can you show your screen?
Okay.
Okay. So user as a desktop is file is false. Okay. Line 17, did you run it?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, can you use and then use also desktop and line 14 there, can you run it? Still false. That's strange. Let's check in the desktop. Oh, it's really not there.
Mhm.
Where did it save? It doesn't save. A while ago, does it save? No.
Um,
But you changed your folder to desktop, right?
yeah.
Yes. So line 3, can you do it again? Oh, there.
Mhm.
Oh, no. C is ASUS. Okay, and then run it again. There. Run that line 9. Okay, then line 8. Okay, now it's working, suppose. 19. Still false.
Still false.
Did you have a protection? Probably
No.
antivirus that cannot write directly in the desktop.
No. I have uninstalled it. So there's no
Okay, anyway, let's try if it works. So can you try in different folder then? Can you create a new folder somewhere else?
Okay. Uh,
Say you create a new folder. No, in File Explorer, you can go to File Explorer. So you create a new folder. Not so in my document, okay, you create a new folder, whatever name, temporary or something. Okay. And then go inside and then get the full address. Okay.
then
Change directory to that. Okay. And R, you put R in the beginning so that, okay, run it. Good. And then, oh, no, that you don't change the,
yes. Okay.
okay, then run it. Run. And is the file saved there? What is the file name? You did not put the file name. Yes, you need to put the file name.
Okay.
The path and the file name. And then slash again. Slash file name. What is this? The my text one. .txt. Okay, put it R in the beginning. Okay, run.
No.
Okay. Okay, good.
Okay.
So no problem, yeah?
Yeah, thank you, sir.
No problem. Joy, Eileen, Pancha, no problem?
No problem, sir.
Good. So let's continue. So of course, you can also add, okay? So W here mean write. You can also have A mean append. Okay, so say I have a new data, so I will write here. So I've done this, and then I have new data. So my new data is, this is my additional line. And if you look at here, instead of W, I use A. A mean append. Okay. So when I run this, and let's check. There. You see this is my additional line is there. But why there is no, why it's continue from 1 to 3 rather than with current return? Why?
Because it's append, so just add instead of writing a new line.
Okay, so how if I want to add a new,
If you want to add new line, just use W. No.
W? No. Okay, try with W. Okay. We will see, okay, what will happen.
With W, we will just create a new text, right?
Okay. If you use this instead of A, okay, if I use W, okay, it will replace. I will show you. So I run this. Okay, if I run it, sorry, there.
So it just replaced it. If we write, yeah, because it basically creates another one, right?
It's created a new one. So how to make that it's append, but I want But below.
Slash n.
Correct. Okay.
Slash n.
Yes. Okay. You put slash n. Okay. Very good. So where the slash n?
Before this.
Before this. Okay. Slash n. Okay. So when you run this, okay, first thing first, I need to run this one. Okay. And then I do a slash n. Then you can see the text file is now correct. Very good. Right? You see? Okay, so now you need to read. How to read? Tell me how to read. If you know how to write, know how to read, right?
Just change the A into R.
Very good, Pancha. Okay, so you just change the name, the open, okay, into R. But the FP is no longer right, it should be read. Okay, so in that case, here it is. So to read back, okay, you change the, instead of W or A, you change that with R, okay, and then you use read, FP file pointer, read, okay, and then after you read, you put that into a variable, say the name is content. After that, you can print, there you can get it back. Okay, so of course, writing and reading is a couple, okay? So when you can write, you should be able to read. So try it, does it work? So that's text file, okay? I guess no problem, right? So another way, okay, instead of read the whole things in the whole file, you want to read per line. Sometimes you want to read per line, okay? If you want to read per line, you will put that into an array, into a list, okay? So instead of FP read, you can also use FP read line. So let's run it. You see this? Now for each line, okay, for each line, I will have the result. So you can put the content 2, for example, it is 0, 1, 2, right? So 1, 2, 3 slash n. Look at the slash n here. Earlier when I write, the slash n is in the new additional data, right? But when you read it back, the slash n is in the n of 1, 2, 3. So up to here, is there any problem? No problem, I guess.
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, please.
So what's the difference between the first read and the second one?
You mean in the read?
Yes.
Okay, if fp.read, you will read the whole file. Okay, and if you use fp.readlines, yes, you will read the whole file, but the return is per line, per row. one line will be stored into one of the lists. So I will show you. Can you see this? In line 615 here, the content, when I print the content, it will print everything. That means the content consists of all of this. Right? Now, if I use number 16 here, the content of FP read lines, right? It will grow, the content here is no longer string. Okay, okay, I will type here, type content, okay. Oops, sorry. So the content here is a string, right? Here, the content is actually not a string. This content is a list. Okay, so type content. Right. So the content here is a list. Okay. This is a string. So the whole thing is one string, giant string if your file is very big. And in here is a list. So meaning that what each row, its line, okay, in your text file here. So I give here is the text file, right? So you see my text file here. Can you see my text file here?
Yes.
Okay, so hello world is line 1. Okay, text ABC is line 2, right? 1, 2, 3 is line 3, and then this is my additional line is line 4. You see, then we put this into array. You see, hello world is line 1, right? Text ABC is line 2. Can you see it?
Yes.
So it is an array. The array content of each line in that file. In here, okay, it's not an array. This is the whole string. Okay. Can you see the difference or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I hope that's clear. So next, let's deal with the CSV, okay? So exactly the same. Okay, you want to read and write, right? So in Python, there is a standard module called CSV. So all you need to do is import CSV. Okay, so I will create a new file here. So import CSV, okay. And then suppose this is your list. Okay, suppose this is your list. So I have a list of ABC 1, 2, 3, 4, 680A. And then I will have a new file name. Okay, I will put this my data1.csv. Okay. Now, if you want to read, if you want to write, all you need to do is to copy and paste this. So look at the code here with open file name WSSV, exactly the same, right, as before. Okay. Now the difference is in this second and third line. What is the difference? Now you use csv.writer, okay, and then you point it out the FP, the file pointer here. This line, line 3 here, representing that you want to create an object writer, okay, CSV writer. And then the actual object that the SQL command that write into the file is this line. So you write per row. You know? So let's try this. Okay, and let's check where it is. Is it in the desktop? No. Oh, where did I save it? To know where did I save it, how do you do to know that where is the file that you save? So you need to know OSC get CWD. Yeah? So let me check. Oh, I did not import the OS. Okay, it's in user card D. So let me check in user card D. PC C users card D. Okay, that must be here. What is the name? CSV. There. CSV. Oh, what is this? Or maybe I should put it back into desktop. Okay. So how do you put the file in desktop? Okay, first you need to go to, you change the directory. Okay. So for example, my directory is RT. So it's in desktop, then I save it in desktop. It should be in desktop. There. My data CSV is in desktop. Okay. So you can save a CSV. What is CSV? CSV is basically comma, delimited text file. And then you can read back. So to read back, all you need to do is this one. This is to read the CSV. So look at the command here. First, you open the file name with the command to read, okay, and then put that into a file pointer. And then you create a reader object, and then you print per row. Oh, okay. There is only one row, so you have ABC 1, 2, 3, 4, 660A. But apparently, when you write that, the CSV writer creating a new line which is consists of empty, right? At the end, it creates a new line with empty. So that's why you still have a new list here. 1 to nothing. Okay, up to here. Is there any problem? So give me your feedback.
Mine is okay, sir.
Working, no problem.
No problem.
Joy, Mancha, Aline.
No problem,
Sir,
sir.
can you show me your screen?
Again.
The script.
Okay. Is this the one?
Yes. Can you scroll up?
Scroll up. And then
Oh,
uh,
okay. I think it's the same. It's okay.
no problem.
Yes, no problem.
Okay. Um, okay, this is the correct one. Okay, so you can handle text file, you can handle CSV, right? Next is JSON. So, oh, first, a while ago, you handle list with CSV. How about the dictionary and CSV? Before JSON, okay? Dictionary and CSV. So, suppose you have a dictionary like this. Okay, suppose you have dictionary like this. Okay. So the dictionary consists of name, department, month, and year. And then let's create a new file name data2.csv. Okay. So I want to create a field name. So what is the field name here? Of course, the key of the dictionary, right? So that will become name, department, month, and year. Okay. Next, if I want to save a dictionary into a CSV, so this is the command, okay? So copy and paste, right? So look at the mode. The mode is W, mean write. And then we create the writer. So what's the difference? A while ago, I just used csv.writer, right? Okay. So this is for the list. But if you want to get it directly from a dictionary, so you need to use csv.dictWriter. Okay. And then you can write the header and the row. Okay. So let's check that the data2, that this is the header and this is the row. Up to here, is there any question? After you write, of course, you need to read, right? So exactly the same thing. So I just copy and paste here. Okay. So the mode now become R, mean read. Okay. And then you create the reader with this csv.dict reader, meaning dictionary reader. And then you can assign or you can put something else. In here, I just print. Okay. And look at this. When I print, there's only one row, right? When I print, it will create automatically back to into dictionary. Okay, so this is very useful. Okay, from a table of CSV file, you can directly get a dictionary. Right? And then you can manipulate as you want. So tell me, is there any problem or not?
Sir,
Yes.
so the function of the dictWriter is to add the dictionary to the previous file.
Yeah, into a file. Okay. So dictWriter is basically to create an object writer. Okay. The one that actual command to write is actually the writer.write row. Okay. Writer.write header is the one that write the header itself only one time. Okay.
Sir, can you repeat the function of the CSV.getWriter?
Can I what?
Repeat it again.
This one?
Yeah, the GetWriter one.
Hit writer. I show you here. What do you want me to do?
I don't get the function, what it is for.
This is exactly the same as this one. Earlier, I used CSV writer, right?
Mhm.
Can you see it? This is to create an object writer, but to write the list. Okay, if your data is a list, then you use CSV writer. If your data is actually a dictionary, then you use CSV dictionary writer. So depending on what type of data that you want to put to your CSV, right? There are two, in here we discussed, first your data is string, then you put it using the first one earlier, text file. If your data is a list, okay, you use the CSV, but you use CSV writer. If your data is actually a dictionary, okay, you use CSV dot dictionary writer.
Okay.
Okay, depending on your data type.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, clear, yeah?
Yes.
So depending what type of data type that you use, okay, is a list, a string, or dictionary, it will be different.
Okay.
Okay, clear, yeah? Okay. How about if your data is actually Panda? Okay, so let's try that, okay? Say your data is actually Panda. So let's create a Panda from dictionary first, okay? So I will create a Panda from dictionary. So of course, first I need to import pandas, okay, as PD. And then this is supposed to be my dictionary, okay, field 1 and field 2. So it's column 1, column 2. And then this command is basically to create what? To create a data frame from dictionary. Last time we discussed pandas. I hope you still remember. There. Can you see it? So I create a data frame, okay, based on this dictionary. Now, if I want to save this data frame into CSV and then read it back into pandas, how? Right? So the command is rather simple. Say your file name is, say I put it data3, okay? So then to write into CSV, it's just one line, okay? You don't need to open. So all you need to do is df, this is your data frame, and then .c to CSV, and then the file name. You can remove the index before that. So otherwise, when you read, it will have an index. So that's it. And then you want to read it back, right? So when you read it back, okay, and from CSV, you want to read it back into pandas. So all you need to do is a panda, read CSV, and then the file name. There, you can get back the panda data frame. Okay, so you have learned from list to CSV and come back to list. From dictionary to CSV and come back to dictionary. And then from pandas to CSV and then come back to pandas. Is it clear?
So for pandas, the pandas is the table, right? But it
Yeah.
actually reads but it actually saves the file in CSV.
Yes.
Okay, yes. So we don't have to convert anything, right, between pandas and CSV. We just have to read the CSV and the panda will create the table for us.
Automatically, yes.
Okay.
So pandas is very powerful, so you don't need to look at the code is only one line. Right? Super simple. Read CSV. CSV. Okay, so easy, right? So you know already, okay? Depending on your data type, you can store them into CSV and then get it back. Okay? Storing to a CSV is easy, but get it back exactly the same data type that you want. So this is the actual lesson here. Is it easy? Are you ready for the next or you still have problem? Okay, I need to get your feedback. So
I think it's clear, sir. Yes.
no problem.
Yeah, no
Nancy.
problem.
Sure, yeah. Maybe Eileen, no problem.
It's all right.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
good.
It's okay.
Okay, let's go to JSON then. Okay. So JSON is a very popular data format, okay, which is similar to nested dictionary or nested list in Python. Okay, so again, similar to CSV, so JSON has module, standard module. Okay, so to use that, all you need to do is to import JSON. Okay, so let's do that, import JSON. Right? And then, so let's do list and JSON, dictionary and JSON, pandas and JSON, right? So like a while ago, the same. Okay, say you want to get a Python list and then save it as JSON. So this is the command. You see, here I have a list. So my list consists of numbers and text. Okay, the last one is numbers, but it's actually text. And then say my file name is data4.json, of course, because we want to write it as JSON. So to convert the Python list into JSON file, okay, all you need to do is to dump. So the command is dump, dumping. So you dump the list, okay, with the file pointer here. FP is the file pointer, okay. So when you run that, okay, in my desktop, okay, let me delete this so that I can see there. My data4, can you see? This is my JSON file. What is my JSON file? Consists of, hey, it's a list in here, right? Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So the JSON file is basically a list. Okay. Next. Okay, I want to read that back, right? So I want to read that back, that JSON file. So I need to copy and paste this code, right? So what is this? The same thing, yeah? You open the file, R mean read, right? And then What is the command? The command is load. Okay. To write, you need to dump. To read, you need to load. Okay. And then after you load, you put it into a variable, say name data here. And then I print this, and then I print again what is the type of data. Okay. Oh, when I load, I get what? I get a list. I get back the list. Nice. So originally I have a list, I save it into text file, and then when I get it back, I get the list. Nice. Okay, I did not get the string, okay, I get the list. Okay. Next, how about dictionary? If my data is not a list, my data is dictionary. Okay. Can actually Python do something about it? Yes. Okay, let's do it this way. So I have a new dictionary here, and this is my file name. Can you see it? My file name is data5.json. And I do exactly the same as before, you see? I dump my dictionary. Okay, I dump my dictionary. And let's check. Delete this one so I can see. There, my data5. Oh, what is this inside my file? It's a dictionary, right? Okay. So when you dump a dictionary, JSON will automatically create exact dictionary, right? And then how about if I want to load it back? Okay, so then you load it back here. Okay, I copy and paste. When I load it back, you see, I used exactly the same. So data is equal to JSON load, right? When I print, I got dictionary. Okay, the type is actual dictionary, not a list, okay, not a string, it's dictionary. But depending on the data that you save, okay, it will return exactly the same thing. You cannot mix it up. So up to here, any question? Is it clear? So you already know, okay, that JSON can be obtained or can be saved from list and dictionary. Oh, how about if you have pandas? Right, this is the things that you often use. So previously I have already panda data frame, right? This is the TF, remember? Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so I will save it as data 6 here. In pandas, all you need to do is just one line of code. Okay, df2json file name. Okay, there. And let us see what is that file name look like. So open that. Wow. Pandas will save that into a dictionary. It's a nested dictionary. Can you see it? What is this? Field is the column, right? And then what is this? This is the index. Okay. And the index is the key, and the value is actually the value. Okay. So JSON is basically a nested dictionary. Is it clear? Of course, when you want to, you can save it, then you can also read it back, right? And you read it back into data frame also. So your command will be panda read JSON file name. Huh? Okay, so and you can get it back. Oh, finish. Very easy, okay? Piece of cake, right? So what did you learn today? You learn how to create the text file for strings, handling string, and then from string you can get it into list. Okay. You also learn from list. Okay. You can put it into CSV or JSON. Okay. From dictionary you can put it into a CSV or JSON and get it back, of course. And again from pandas data frame or table, you can put it into CSV or JSON and return back to the original data structure. So up to here, so you know how to handle the file. Okay? At least you know how to handle CSV, text file, and JSON. So there is no more problem, right? Okay, tell me what is your feedback? Is it all working?
I have an error here.
Okay, so
Hmm,
DF is not defined. Okay, so you define DF first. Okay, so here, say, where is your dictionary? This one, my dic is your dictionary. So you create something like this. I'll show you. I have a dictionary like this. I think you missed this part. First, import pandas. Can you see it? Line 13.
wonder-
First, you import pandas, and then you get the dictionary, and then you create DF.
Oh, let me go.
Right? So once you create the data frame, DF here, then you can do what you are doing without error. You want to show if you have
Yeah.
your DF is still problem?
I think
Oh, okay. So go up a little bit. Can you remove the space between JSON and file name? Yes.
how to space it matters.
Yes, space matter.
Oh, okay. Okay, I think it's working now.
Now working, huh? Okay, good. So hope you, Joy, Pancha, Elin.
No problem.
No problem. Good. Joy. Is there any problem, Joy?
No, sir.
No, huh? Hansa, no problem?
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, okay.
Oh yeah, it's good, sir. Yes.
It's good, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, so then let's go to the next topic, okay? What's the next topic? Okay, the next topic is actually part of the curriculum, so I need to explain a little bit about the analysis of algorithm. So can you go to your Moodle and download the PDF of analysis of algorithm? So I have a text file here. Okay. Can you have it? Have you heard about the big O notation?
Not yet, sir.
Not yet, okay. So any algorithm, okay, in a computer usually have what is called complexity. How complex is an algorithm, okay? And the computer jargon to tell that some algorithm is very complex is to use what is called big O notation, okay? So on this article, okay, you can also see it in my website, but I think the formulas are sometimes not that good. So I put this back into a PDF file so that you can read it well. Okay, so at the end of this tutorial, I hope you learn the computer jargon of big O notation like O n exponent 2 or O log n, which is better. Okay, so this is part of your final exam, so you need to know that. Okay, so what is this? This is to measure the running time of the algorithm. Okay, so you need to know how to compare the efficiency of two algorithms based on this big O notation. Okay, and then you need to know how to estimate the running time. Okay, without the need to run the code, and then you need to know how to run an algorithm to be best, good, or bad. Okay. And of course, if you want to run a business, okay, you need to know how to measure the programmer's productivity, and it will influence your IT costs, isn't it? So this is the story about that. Okay. So say you make a computer code, right? And then you run it. And then say it takes 1 minute per run. And then you will say, okay, not that bad. Okay. But the problem is, if you say, okay, if you said, how about if you have a big data? Okay. If you have a big data, then it may spend an hour or sometimes days, sometimes weeks, you know. So say if your laptop, okay, in one loop, okay, it will look over, say, 10,000 empty module in less than 1 second, okay? How about if your data is actually 1 million, okay? How about if your data is actually very big? Then it will take a few hours, okay? Then you say, okay, this is probably no problem. But when your algorithm is actually very bad, okay? So then it will run actually forever. Okay. So the computer jargon, like big O notation, okay, will help you to check the algorithm before you actually run. Okay, so this is within the domain of what is called computational complexity. Okay, so you can read by yourself. On here, I will show you a complexity measure. Okay, so what is this big O? Okay, big O notation is basically measure the worst running time. Okay, so the meaning is like this: if you have a function f, okay, and function c, if the two function f grow as fast as function c, okay, that is what is the exact definition of big O notation. Okay, say is function f run linearly, something like this. Can you see? Linear mean a plus bn. Okay, so then I will say in big O notation, this is ON. Okay, so I will say this is ON. If the function is linear, okay, depending on the number of data, n is the number of data. Okay, if your data is 100, it will run, say, 1 second per loop. Then you will say 100 seconds if you have 100 data. Okay, so linearly. How about the big O notation of n squared? What does that mean? It's quadratic. Okay, the actual function is written like this: a plus bn plus cn squared. I don't care about the a, I don't care about the b, I don't care about the n, the c. Okay, all I care is about the largest exponent. Okay, which is cn squared, which is dominant. So if you have a function like this, okay, then we call this as ON squared. Okay, let's compare. Okay, if your size is 1 up to 1 million in this table, right? So if your n is 1, ON and ON squared is no different. If your n is 10, okay, ON and ON squared is just 10 times, right? But if your n is 1 million, okay, ON and ON squared is very big difference. N is your data size. Okay, up to here, is there any question? Can you distinguish between ON and ON squared? Pancha, what did you learn?
Sir, could you explain it a little bit more about the n square?
Okay, so n square mean you have two loops. Say in code, let me go to so say I have like this, for I in range, yeah, of n, right? And then print. Okay. This one means ON. Clear? Because
Yes, that's ON. Yeah.
that's clear. Okay. So now if I have like this, for I in range of I Okay. And then for j in range of j. Okay. Print, for example, the array I comma j. So this is O n square. Because if the range is very big, right, in the matrix, okay, you do it in O n square.
Oh, I see. So when the index jumps one,
This is n, sorry, this is n.
yes. So when the index jumps one, the n square o n square will be multiplied by
N again.
1n. Yeah.
Yeah, the first loop is n, right? You run this first loop n times. You run again the second loop n times,
Times, yeah.
right? So n times n is n square, correct?
N square. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, clear, yeah? So n and n square, clear. Okay. So, Livy, Joy, Eileen, do you get it or not? Livy, what is n and n square?
N is like only one loop, right?
Correct. N square is 2 loops. Huh? For n3,
So it's triple loop.
yeah, it's triple loop. Okay, so okay, let me get from example of this, Floyd Warshall, like Floyd Warshall. Oh, Floyd Warshall algorithm. Okay, this is an example of. Oh, can you see in Wikipedia?
You haven't changed your screen.
I did not change my screen. Okay, I will set the chat. Get that. This is an example of algorithm to get all path. Can you see my screen? Can you see it? This is the shortest path for all path. Can you see this? This first line at this two line that I put in blue. Can you see? This is n, right? The second here, another n, right? The third one here, this inner loop here, 3 times, right? 3, 4, you see? For k, for I, for j. Okay, so this is n cubic. So of course, the first one is n, the second one is n, the third one is n cubic. You get the largest with this n cubic. This is an example of algorithm with n cubic. Is it clear now? Depending on the for loop. Okay. This is the easiest way to explain.
There are no maximum numbers for loop, right?
There is no maximum number. So you can have n4, n5, and so on, right?
Okay.
Okay, so up to here is clear, yeah? So which one is better? Linear or quadratic? Which one is faster? What do you think? Can you see this table? This is in the number of n. Okay. So 1n, for example, only 0.001 second. So multiply by this, you will become a very big number. So of course, linear is better than quadratic, right? One loop is better than two loops, no? Two loops is better than three loops. Can you see that? So by looking at the algorithm, the big O notation of algorithm, okay, you don't even need to code it. You already know how complex is the algorithm. And you can know the running time of the algorithm. You got it or not? So, for example, okay, this is just an example. One single step is just 1 microsecond, which is 1/1,000,000 second. Okay, so let's assume that one single step in your debugging, right? When you put step in your debugging, just one line from one to the next, that takes only 1/1,000,000 seconds. Very fast, right? So then I give a table here, okay? And these are the functions that often used in algorithm, okay? So first is a function of big O1. O1 means a constant, okay? If you have a big O1, even if your problem size is 1,000,000, you get less than 1 second. If your algorithm is actually log n, again, it's less than 1 second. Log n is also 1 second, less than 1 second. If your algorithm run in the square root of n, again, very fast. Okay, n is also very fast, and log n is also fast. But if your program is, say, n is 1,000,000, is about 6 seconds. How about if it is n squared? Okay, so for example, shortest path algorithm is n squared, right? So if your problem is only small, it's just less than 1 second. But if your problem is big, say you want to run a shortest path in one city, okay, with about 1,000,000 nodes, for example, or 1,000,000 links, what will happen? It will take 1.65 weeks to run. Okay, if you're using float bar shell a while ago, N3, right? Okay, if your city is very big of 1,000,000 nodes, it will take 3.131 millennium. You already dead when the program finished. Okay, so the worst in this case is factorial. Okay, for example, when the algorithm is actually factorial, okay, that means even very small size, say 25, it will take millennium to finish. Even if your computer runs very fast, okay, depending on the algorithm, it will take very fast or forever. Okay. So in my experience, I have handling big data. So for example, okay, I have a very big image of the X-ray. Last time I have a project like that. So what happened is, just to run, just to open the data, it take probably 6 hours. Okay, And then when we want to run it using the normal way to compute the image, okay, it's called convolution, the one that you use in OpenCV. Yeah, it will take like forever. Okay, 1 week cannot finish even a very small portion of the image. Okay, but when I change the algorithm, say I use Fourier transform, for example, or I use a better transform, okay, then suddenly it takes only seconds to open, to analyze. Okay, so the algorithm really matters for the same data. Okay, and suddenly there are some problems that you cannot solve. There are some problems that you can solve because the algorithm matters. Okay, so what's the lesson? So this is the I put an order, okay, of best algorithm based on the complexity. Okay, so the best algorithm based on complexity is O1, meaning constant. What is the constant mean? If you want to assign to a variable, for example, that is a constant time. You want to enter the program or exit the program, that is a constant. Accessing an array or list index is a constant. Swapping two values is a constant. Okay, accessing hash map and start and insert and remove from the queue is constant. Okay, so there are many algorithm is actually constant, at least the basic. And then there are other algorithm that is based on tree. Okay, so you understand when I said tree here. Say you want to search something, okay? So 1, 3, 2, 5, 7. How do you search? Say I want to search number 5. This is the number 5. This is the one that I want to search. Okay, so then what you will say, because you don't know this, so what I will do is I sort first. Okay, first I sort first, 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, right? After I sort that, if I want to still find this number 5, what I will do? Okay, I divide into 2, right? So I will say to you, oh, I divide into 2, and then I will tell, is it in the left or in the right? Right? The one that I want to look for, it is 5. Is it in the left or in the right? Then you will say on the right. And then I divide again into 2. Right? Is it on the left or on the right? You will say in the left. Again, I divide into 2, on the left or on the right. Okay, you said on the right. Then that number must be 5. So look at the algorithm that I just mentioned a while ago. So first you divide into 2. Okay, the whole sequence. So you have n sequence. In here is only 5, so it's very easy. But if you have a 1 million sequence, what you will do? Okay, you divide 1 million into 2. So basically you have 500,000 in the left and 500,000 in the right. Right? When the answer is on the right, then you divide again into 2. So 2 times. Okay. Then you have 250,000 in the left and the right. So doing this is basically you create a tree. Right? A tree is something like this. So you divide into 2. Oh, it's on the right. Then you divide into 2 again. Oh, on the left. Then this one you divide into 2. On the right, you divide into 2 again, like that. So this is a kind of tree diagram. Okay, so using these three, basically the depth matter, right? So, but using this step, okay, you can reduce the number of search very fast, right? So instead of n, now become log n. Okay, log n. Because now depending on the depth rather than the actual number of data. Okay, so can you see in the screen? So I have listed here some algorithm that actually run double log n. Okay. Okay. Binary search is the one that is often used, the one that I just mentioned a while ago. Okay, you divide into two and divide into two again. That one is O log n. Okay. So the other algorithm that run also in square root. So okay, these are example of algorithm that run in square root. And the next best is ON. So this is linear. So linear is good, meaning that you can still accept. If you can find a better algorithm with this square root or log n, that will be better. Okay, or double log n, that would be better. Okay, so if you cannot find, then you said, okay, the next best running time is n log n, or log linear. Okay, this kind of sorting are usually log linear. Okay, you can check in Wikipedia each of them so that you will know. Okay, and then the next one is another type of sorting, which is BAT. Okay, ON square. What is this? This is double loop. Okay, cubic, the one that I mentioned a while ago, from Marshall. Okay, this is already bad. But if there is no better alternative, then we still use this. Okay. Now, if you know worst algorithm, what is the worst algorithm? The worst algorithm is factorial or exponential. Usually when you have an algorithm that run in exponential, okay, then you said, okay, this is not good. And if your algorithm run in factorial time, then you probably need to change your mind. This example, traveling salesman problem, okay, is actually factorial. Okay, so how to make algorithm faster? You change the data structure. Okay, so okay, the rest is just asymptotic function to tell which one is better and so on. So you can read by yourself. Okay, so okay, so I will tell a side note here about programmers' productivity. Okay, so not all programmers are equal. Okay, say if you want to hire fresh graduate normal programmers, okay, so how much is you supposed to hire, right? So in one of my project, I hire 8 normal programmers. Okay, they have a few years working experience. They work for 10 months and they couldn't finish half of the project. Okay, the program run, but run very slow, and there are a lot of problems. Okay, at the end of 1 year, the first year, I terminate all of them, and I hire only 2 much superior programmers. Okay, and their salary is only 2 to 5 times higher than the normal programmers, but they are a champion. So meaning they won the programming competition nationwide. So then they finish everything in just 2 months. Okay, so you can see the difference. 8 programmers working in 10 months and not finish half of the code, and 2 programmers much superior, okay, finish everything in just 2 months. Okay, without any problems. So in that case, the capability of the 2 programmers is not 2 times. I think it's about 80 times. But the payment, the salary is only 2 to 5 times. Do you get it or not? So much superior programmer may demand a higher salary, but if they are really very good, in the long run, you will have a better or cheaper than hire a normal programmer. Okay. So up to here. So what did you learn? Give me feedback so that I know. Michelle.
I learned that fixing the algorithm means fixing the data structure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vivi?
Mm,
What did you just learn about this? Or joy, probably.
I think Joy is having internet problems.
Yeah, okay. Pancha, what do you think?
I think it's very intriguing, yeah. Like especially the last one. The one that you said that it is actually the better, the 2 superior programmers.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think it is very interesting how
So,
with 8 people.
I think if you want, I think you are a good programmer, Pancha. So if you want, you can join a competition. That is what is called ACM, collegial programming competition, only for students. But you need to create a team, and I can help you if you want.
Probably not yet. Yeah, maybe
Not yet,
I will
not yet.
look into it. Yes.
Yes. So I used to be the manager for Asia in Manila. Okay. So if you want, this is an Olympic, like a sport, you know, it's a Olympic for students in programming. You will compete with the whole world. Usually the winner are Russian, or European or American. So in Indonesia, I think the organizer is in Pinus, in Jakarta. So if you want, you create a team, not necessarily in the same IBE, okay? It's anywhere from informatics, from electrical engineering, or from any department, then you can join a team. Then we can practice, you know. So this is the, once you improve your skill in programming, especially in a competition like this, then suddenly your value will become much higher. That's my point.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay, consider that. Okay, so we have still 15 minutes. So I want to show you, I asked you last time regarding a book, right? By Al Sweigart. I asked you to read one chapter. Have you read?
I've read like half of it.
Okay, I will show you something here. Okay, I'm using exactly that code. And of course, I modify a little bit. Okay, I will share my screen. Okay, so I use PySimple GUI, I use mouse recording, okay, and okay, I import the program. So I put it into JSON and so on. So let's run this so that you will just know. Okay, so the application to run, say I will run a pane. Okay, and I will draw here. So I will call this drawing number 1. Okay, and I will start recording. Look at my hand, okay? So I will start recording here. When I start recording, I will pane. Oh, pane is open, right? So what should I draw here? So I draw with a red line. I will call you, okay, I will call my name. So Karti. Okay. I will write your name one by one. So Eileen, is that correct like this? Okay, so I will call Pancha in green. Okay, and okay, I will call what in blue. Okay, I'll call Joy. Okay. And I will call Livy. Okay. And then I will draw whatever I want. Okay, so and then I did not save it. I will just close this, cancel, don't save. Okay, so I finished my recording, right? Can you see it? Okay, now I will run this, okay? And then look at my hand, okay? And look at the screen. I did not touch anything. What did I just do?
Oh, so it's screen recording.
Yes.
But I think it is faster than.
Oh, I did not record the time, so it's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Is this a screen recording or it's just recording your mouse movement?
It's recording my mouse and text keyboard.
But not your screen, right?
It's not my screen.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
It's not my screen, okay? I can run it again. I will show you again. So I will close this. I run it again. Okay? My hand is here. Okay? It will draw exactly the same thing. Okay? This is just to encourage you to learn, okay? Okay, so the actual code is similar to, what do you call that? Keylogger. So for hacking, right? So basically, if I do illegally, so I can send this to someone else and then hide it. And then I can record all the things that you type, all the things that you do in the mouse, and then send directly to my email or to my server. And I can help you.
Even on passwords?
Yeah, of course.
Oh.
Okay. If you type password, I can know. Right? So, no, I will not open the code, but I will just show you that what is the inside. The inside is basically PyAuto GUI that I asked you to read. Okay. It's how the power it is. Okay. So I hope you be encouraged to read. And the book is really easy anyway. Okay. And of course, for your project, okay, you can use the PyAuto GUI to test your GUI, right? So you test your GUI, graphical user interface. Okay. Say in this example, I put Notepad. Okay. Okay, I will change this to text number 2. So I start record and then I have a Notepad here. So I have a text, right? Oh, let's say anything. Hello. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I will not save it. Okay, then I remove it. Okay, and I can run it again. There. It will run exactly the same, and it can close also my mouse. Right? So of course it can also do all the others, no? You can use in OneNote, you can use in Calculator, in Word, MS, Excel, and so on. And the application is tremendous. It depends on you because now you can control, you can automate your laptop. It's kind of robot that you can do it. Is this something useful?
Yes, I think that's something that's very useful.
Okay, so try to read. And if you have question, of course, you can just text me. Okay, so again, in programming, you can do a lot of things useful, you know. Of course, if this is like weapon, so if you use it properly, it will become very useful thing. But if you don't have morality, this weapon can be destructive also, right? Using OS, the one that we discussed today, the reason I hesitate to discuss is because using OS, you can destroy the whole laptop, right? Because using OS, you can delete everything that you have. So you can also create virus with that. Okay, so up to here, I just want to finish. So next meeting, okay, I want to discuss back into the slide. So this is like a software engineering things about the management of software that I want to discuss, especially the agile, okay, development. So the software development, so that you will know the whole system of software development rather than just the coding. Okay, so who knows, one day you will own a software development company, so you can hire programmers, not you yourself as a programmer, but you need to know how to manage, right? And Pancha, your time to present.
Okay, sir. Wait. I will share my screen. Just a second. Yeah, I'm gonna present with Eileen. And so good afternoon, Mr. Kardi and everyone. I'm Panca Satria Chandra, and with my friend Michelle Eileen, we created this project named Elysian. And well, the project idea was an app for students to combine the capability of calendar, organizer, and notes into one. So yeah, basically calendar, agenda, and notes. And the target is to be very simple, very easy to use, simple, helpful, and no frills. And works we haven't works with Google Calendar and Apple Calendar. That's the main target, the previous target. But the obstacles that we found out was saving and loading can be very hideous, especially we like when we try to save and load, we could not find the best way to save and load the notes other than .txt, because other type of files will create something. Well, when we load the file, it will change something by putting like commas in there and or brackets. And for the calendar, we have not also figured out the way to show the calendar without being hidden inside the button. So that's the user can more easily pick and see the dates. But oh wait, I'm sorry. What can it do right now is basically this. So I can show you.
You can
Just,
demo.
I can just show you. Wait. Okay. Can you see my screen? Okay. So wait, I will just restart my console so nothing weird happens. All right. So this is it's very simple at first, but yeah, it looks very simple. There are 6 buttons in total. There's calendar. We pick the dates. For example, May 27. When you pick it, it shows the date here, and you can open notes. When there's no notes, there's no notes today, but I can write it. This is a note for May 27, and I can save it, and I can open it. There's the note. But that's very simple, right? We can just save and load the txt like you said, like you just earlier, actually today. But we can also do the agenda. So we have, for example, class 2 at 11:30. I can add new agenda like class 3 at 12:30, and then it shows here. But this is something that I work actually last night. So from here, you can actually select the agenda. So we can go up and down. And if we want to delete something, for example, I want to delete class 2, right? But we can just pick it out, going up and down. So I want to delete class 2. So I just select this and delete. And when I click agenda, class 2 is gone. And when I think about students, I think one of the simplest way, one of the most helpful way for students is to find information, right? And because this app is mainly targeted for students, I and Aileen tried to make Eli. So Eli is actually a virtual assistant as well. It's very similar to Joy's virtual assistant, but it can do some other things that that Joyce might not be able to. So for example, wait, I can.
Good afternoon.
I will share. Wait,
I am your assistant.
I will share the sound.
Core
Wait.
1.0. What should I call you?
I haven't shared sound. Okay, I will share the sound so you can.
None.
Oh.
How can I help you?
All right. Okay. So it should be running. So I can click Eli.
Good afternoon. I am your assistant. It's good to know that you're
Oh.
fine. Coral 1.0.
Oh wow. Wait, hold on. There's the app that I ran earlier is actually still running. Okay. This should be okay. Yep. Okay. Eli.
Good afternoon. Thanks for giving me your time.
Oh,
I am your
Wait, where?
assistant. Coral 1.0. What should I call you?
Max.
Welcome. Max,
Mm.
how can I help you?
What is the weather today
In what city?
in New York? My internet might be a little bit weird. Oh, it should load. Oh wow, the internet. Huh. It should be able to. I just tried earlier. Wait. Is it not running? Let's try again. Oh well, yeah. There's still some bugs like that.
Mm, fine.
Good afternoon. I am your assistant. Coral 1.0. What should I call you?
Max. Max.
Welcome.
Okay.
None.
Oh, it didn't get my name.
Mm.
How can I help you?
What is the weather today?
In what city?
London. London. Oh.
The temperature is 284.09 Kelvin with atmospheric pressure of 1014 H.P. A. and humidity at 84%. It is scattered clouds in London.
What is the weather today?
In what city?
Surabaya. Oh,
The temperature is 290.97 Kelvin with atmospheric pressure of 1016 H.P. A. and humidity at 61%. It is clear sky and none.
oh, yeah, that's weird. What is the integral of sine square x?
X cos 2x.
Yes. What is the integral of 5 divided by square root of 7 square x?
Integral 5x sqrt 72 dx equals 5x2 14 plus constant.
And it actually can also do other things like, what is robot? Oh, maybe it does not hear me.
City population 577,827 people. Country rank 7th 2014 estimate. Metro area population 1.754 million people. Rabat metro area 2007 estimate.
Goodbye.
Thanks for giving me your time.
and it goes back to the previous app.
Hmm.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, impressive. So,
That's why it actually I said robot, but it actually recognize it as robot, and it's a city. I don't know. Yeah, that's why.
yeah, that's my pronunciation problem.
Yeah.
So,
So it
what is your comment or question to Panchan?
Actually, it was very impressive because the program can do many things.
Hmm.
I was wondering how many modules did you install, Manja?
a few,
Like for the
but
program to work like that.
there's one module that actually can do a lot of things.
Oh, okay, okay.
But it's actually an API, and you have to make
Yeah.
API key in order for it to work.
Oh, that's cool. This is really cool.
Yeah. The real one is in the server, so it's just the user interface, isn't it?
Yes. Well, it just pulls the info from server and just reading it back to you.
So very good. Yeah, impressive, right? So for the final one, can you make unit tests automatic?
Yes. But sir, I think the unit test, because ours is actually a notes and it can takes anything.
You
So
can
I don't know
put
what
it
we should do with the
unit test. For example, if it is a node, so you set a predefined node, okay, for example, the date and so on, and you can put it inside and then save it and then test if the saving file is actually the same. And then when you load it back, whether the text there is actually the same as what you inputted.
Oh yes. Okay.
So
Actually something like
yes. So the PyAuto GUI, I think you can use that.
yes. Okay. So
Exactly the same like what you just did demonstrate
so
today. Okay. And then for each class and its function, you probably want to test also. And
okay.
the test means you already know what is the answer, right? And then
Yes.
so that it works. So next time when you want to modify, you want to refactor, okay, then you can do it with confidence.
Yes. Okay.
So at this point, don't focus on improving the features. So please improve the unit test.
Unit test. Okay.
Yeah. And then, if possible, can you make it into classes? Okay. After
The
you
unit test.
no, the unit test is shorter class, but your code
Oh, it's already in
class.
define. Yes, in functions. So
Exactly.
actually
So
call some functions here, like select agenda.
okay.
And the
So
function is
the
here.
problem is if you use function, so it's a functional, right? Can you create a class and then put them into put those functions into a class?
Into a class. Okay. Yes. Oh.
Okay. At least one class. So if you have a
Yes.
class, that
Yeah. Yeah. Right now it doesn't have any class yet. Just all
Yes.
functions. Yeah.
right. So if you can make it so into class and then the unit test. So these are the things for practice, no? So that you know, oh, this is how you make the class, okay? And how you do automatic testing. That's the point in this learning. Okay. So the program that you make is impressive. So- Okay,
sir.
thank you very much. Okay,
Thank you, sir.
Joy and Livy will present on Friday. Right,
Sorry, on Friday.
on Friday, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Apparently they cannot present today.
Do we have a class in Friday?
If you want to join, you can. If you don't, it's fine also. So
Oh.
Livy, can you invite them also if they want to join, just in case.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's optional, not really a class. It's just presentation of Joy and Livy.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
It's okay.
Okay. So the next class will be the last class, which is in June 8th. So before that, you need to submit all things for the projects. Okay. And please read the slide, the last slide that I gave you. I think 3 slides there, right? And so classical SLC, open source SLC, agile, extreme programming, requirement engineering. I'm not sure if I can finish it in 2 hours, but just read it first so that we can skip a lot.
It's in the Revoludo, right, Miss?
In
Right.
Moodle, yes, in Moodle.
Yeah, in-
I will show you this class, the software engineering part.
Yes.
Okay, so read it, especially this 4. I'm not sure if I need to give you an assignment for this, but anyway, just read, it's fine. Okay, so see you next Friday and next meeting in June 8th. Okay,
Okay, sir. See you.
I'll see you. Thank you.
See you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.